But there's one city council member that I want on the public record to know that I'm emailing him right now, again, for multiple dozens of times, Mr. Schwank, trying to get you to meet with me. And I wanted to share with you, since I know you're taking some of the public dole for your job, and so I wanted to share with you what I knew from the military was called dereliction of duty. So the shameful failure to fulfill one's obligations. I've sent dozens of emails to you, and I'm just asking for a YES, an NO, or a maybe. So I don't understand why all the other city council members that are taking their pay and serving their constituents can reply, but you cannot reply to me. So I looked into your background, and I'm thinking, well, what could it be? Is it me? You're a DEI guy that I can see, according to your background. So I'm just letting you know I'm an immigrant. I'm here for you. I could be your colored person that you would like to use for your whatever, but come on, answer my emails, do your job, get rid of this dereliction of duty, and I want to meet with you regarding public safety issues. You jumped in on my meeting with Mr. Stewart, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for a meeting for somebody who's representing District 1 as a member of District 5 who took the bait to not have a 5th council member so you could have more power, and then you just don't do your job, which is to meet with the people of the districts that are not being served. So please, Mr. Schwank, that's a fact, Jack. Let's get this done. Thank you.
3 minutes.
3 minutes, you bet. Hey, I just want folks to know I'm here to discuss my ongoing issue with the athletic fields, soccer fields in Temecula, specifically at Birdsall and Somers Bend. And one reason why I specifically brought out Mr. Schwank's presence and tried to get a meeting with him, you are the head of you're the president of the Community Services District. So if I want to get something done in terms of public safety with the Birdsall Park, it's got to go through you. If I want to get something done, it's got to go through you, because I have no complaints about Ms. Russo, Mr. Kalfas, Mr. Stewart, Ms. Alexander, or any of the city staff. It's just you, because you will not answer an email. You won't answer an email. So looking at what needs to be done, I'm looking at the athletic field reservation and use document that you might have looked at back in October and approved, but I don't think that you've read. But really the solutions that I'm trying to get done can be all found in this document. But you need to adhere to it and apply things from this document into the allocation of fields. But you know, I can't get an audience with the president of the Community Services District, and the city staff is not going to listen to anybody until the president of the Community Services District does his damn job. All right? So don't get on your high horse with me and start saying that, hey, you got a big hammer. I'm a little Asian guy. I'm a little Asian. I don't have a big hammer that's going to be coming down on you. I'm just some guy that's trying to get some stuff done. I'm trying to provide solutions, and I brought solutions, but you told me my concerns were minuscule. You did that right there. And that's why I'm going to be here for, I guess, eternity, because you're not going to answer an email. You won't answer an email because of your hubris. You could get me out of here. I won't have to come on Tuesdays anymore if you would take an email. Take a meeting.
Hi, I'm Melissa Bourbonnais. I am here with Upward Community. I want to talk about housing and representation. 1/5, as it stands right now, 1/5 of Temecula's constituents are unrepresented. Nobody's sitting there. In theory, the 4 of you represent District 5. But I can attest to, as can Mark, that in addition to one person not representing 1/5 of Temecula's constituents, which is taxation without representation, once upon a time we cared about that. But Councilmember Schwank, you only represent the constituents that you like. That's it. You don't respond to us. You don't respond to Laurel, who is directly in your district. You don't respond to the affordable housing tenants that reach out to you for assistance. They already are petrified to reach out because God forbid they lose their housing, something I know you don't understand. I know this council, who largely acts as if this is an elite country club, doesn't understand. You are privileged. Point blank, you are privileged. It's okay. You don't have to apologize. I'm privileged as well. Embrace it, but represent all constituents, not just the ones that you like. The workforce, particularly lower wage earners, Councilmember Schwank, need your guidance, need information, need to know that the Housing Authority apparently is who they are supposed to go to resolve grievances. Again, this isn't a country club. It's not your private business that you own. You need to represent all 110 constituents, including the ones that are poor, including the ones you don't like. This is not a single issue, Councilmember Schwank. This is a comprehensive issue that affects the entire city, 110,000 residents, and the workforce that has to commute out of the city to go to spend an hour and a half on the freeway to have a roof over their head. It's not a single issue, and it's not a small thing either. And Mayor Stewart, there are solutions. We understand what happened to the redevelopment agencies, and we understand that they happened before you were here. We know our history, and we don't come up here and give false information, Councilmember Schwank. There is not a person sitting in there. That means 1/5 of Temecula is not represented. Look up your emails. Tell me the last time you responded to my email, Laurel's email, or the emails of the tenants at Warehouse that are in your district. Tell me. I understand we don't like each other, but I don't come up here and give misinformation. As I've mentioned, if you don't acknowledge the severity of the housing crisis, then how do we start working on solutions? But I don't care whether you acknowledge it, because it's well established. The acute, that's severe. The acute impact that the housing crisis has on Western Riverside County. So we can talk about dogs and we can pass proclamations, but we need to discuss housing today, and not just telling me what you did 10 years ago. Not just telling me how you were able to buy a house 10 years ago, 100 years ago. I don't care. And the workforce doesn't care. They need to be housed today. Bree needs to be housed. Corey needs to be housed. Laurel Lamont's son can't even get a job. Do you know why he can't get a job? A young man can't get a job, can't work toward a car, an e-bike. Do you know why? Because if he gets a job, he gets kicked out. His mom gets kicked out. They're homeless. That matters, and that's not a single issue. ARCOG has identified it's a severe issue for Western Riverside County. The state of California has identified it. Everybody in the country understands it. You are in a position to make some changes. You are in a position to do some good things for the workforce. Zoning is not a good institution gone bad. Zoning is a mechanism of exclusion designed to inflate property values, slow the pace of new development, segregate cities by race and class. This is what zoning has done. That's irrefutable.
If we have limited, or if city council has limited opportunity to use city staff to do the homework, are you going to do the homework? Because the only council member I've seen up here do the homework is Kalfas. Zach, you have been up here. Can you tell me one thing you've done? You've done, not city staff has done, but an idea you've had? What have you brought to the table? I know you plant trees. I know you hold meetings on occasion where you sympathize. What have you done? You sit on a lot of boards. What do you bring to those boards? You went to the Sacramento with Habitat for Humanity. I'd like to think I had a part in that because you had never gone before. City staff has an agenda, but we elected city council. Housing is not a single issue. And if you design a city to exclude the workforce from living within it, then of course your city looks pretty to you because you're not a part of that local economic workforce. We can't participate in those little flyers that you send out every year because we don't have access to those community amenities. Like I'm up here, Zach, right here. I know you don't want to look at me, but I'm here.
Mr. Mayor, these comments aren't even related to the item.
I feel like they are.
Point of order, they're not related to the item.
City staff and how you use their hours and their time. How are you using it? How are they allowing you to use it? Are they misleading you? Are you subscribing to everything they say, or are you going to do your own homework? 10 years. I've been digging into how we can figure out how to include the workforce within this community for 10 years, and we bring solutions, and you shut them down, but you aren't creating any new ideas. City staff is not coming up with any new ideas. We fought to get things into the housing element. What have you done with that? What are you doing with that? You told me that city council was the decision makers and that I wasn't to address city staff. I was to address you. Well, I'm addressing you. You don't want to look at me. You don't want to talk to me. Let's do the work. Let's entertain the idea that maybe there's more you can do. Don't just shut it down because I agitate you, because I rub you wrong. I really do value most of you.